Hi everyone, we're live. Good to see you this morning. I'm just gonna wait a few moments here for folks to join in. Please leave a comment or a like, and just let me know that you're tuning in. Please let us know where you're tuning in from. Would love to see who's tuning in from all different parts of the world. Good morning if it's morning for you, or whatever time of day it is. So welcome to day 13 of the Inner Dimension TV Yoga and Meditation live series. So it's wonderful to see you all this morning. So please drop a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Love the likes and loves coming in. Thank you so much. So just gonna wait a few moments for folks just to join in here. I see there's some folks joining in, so that's awesome. Hi Brittany, hi Patricia, hi Esther. Hey Audrey, good to see you this morning. So we'll just get started here in just another minute or so. And so today the practice that we have planned is a practice all around finding balance. And so finding balance is something that it's not something that we just find or stumble upon. It's something that we cultivate over time, and it's something that continuously changes. And so we'll be kind of diving into this, into our bodies, into our spirits, and our minds this morning. So thank you for all the love, all the likes. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started. So our practice today, my name's Christine Turrentine, by the way, if I didn't introduce myself. But our practice today will actually be started in a seated position, and we'll be doing some pranayama or breathing, followed by a meditation, and then we'll flow and move our bodies after that. And so I'll encourage you to have a couple blocks for this practice. You can always substitute with a water bottle or two or some books. If you have a bolster or meditation cushion, go ahead and grab it. And since we're going to be starting with pranayama this morning, we're going to be starting with an alternate nostril breathing. So I'll guide you in that. We'll be doing some breathing that if you have any congestion in your nose, good to grab a Kleenex and just to kind of have that so that you're ready and you're set. So just starting to find that easeful seat for yourself. So you could have a block or you could have your pillow, and then just find a seat that's just easeful for you. And then as you find your seat, finding a nice tall spine, allowing the hands to rest for a moment on the lap. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. Taking just a couple more like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And again. So the first part of our practice, some alternate nostril breathing. If you're not familiar with this, what you'll do is you'll use your right hand, and the fourth finger of your right hand will be to close the left nostril, and the thumb of the right hand will be to close the right nostril. So I'll be guiding you through about 10 rounds of this alternate nostril breathing. So we'll be inhaling and exhaling through one side of our nose, inhaling and exhaling through the other side. It's helpful to know that we always switch on the exhale. So just to kind of keep that in mind. And so go ahead and just press your right side of the nose down with the thumb. And then we'll inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Switch the grip, exhale out the right nostril, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale through the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale out the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale out the right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Round 5. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Round 6. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Round 9. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Last round. Inhale left. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale right. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale left. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Just taking a pause after that alternate nostril breathing. And the purpose of this alternate nostril breathing in the yoga tradition is said to calm and center the mind, to be able to bring the mind back to the present moment. And so as we continue to explore this theme of finding balance, this alternate nostril breathing can really allow us to smooth the waves of the mind. From here, we'll remain seated, placing one hand to heart center. noticing the beating of your heart. Maybe with the eyes closed or with the gaze softened. Starting to direct your attention to the place in your body where you feel the breathing the most. Maybe it's with the rising and the falling of the chest on each breath. Maybe sensing the belly expand and contract on the inhale and exhale. Maybe even be the temperature of the air as it enters your nose. Just seeing if you can stay present with each breath in and out. Noticing the natural tendency of your mind to wander, perhaps just to the morning and what your day has held so far, or the natural tendency to think to the future and what you have ahead for the rest of your day. And just seeing if kindly, with compassion, every time that your mind wanders, just bringing it back to your breath and your body. And from here, beginning to imagine a golden light in the center of your chest and your heart. This golden light representing all that is best and good in you. All the gifts and love that you share with the world, with your family, with your friends. And allowing this image of this golden light in the center of the heart to start to spread. Imagining it filling your chest, your stomach, shoulders, down the arms, filling the legs, the feet, the head. Just imagining as this golden light fills every piece of you, as if the bright sun was shining down on you. Even noticing the sensation of temperature of this golden light as it fills you with warmth and with light. Just taking a few more breaths here, staying with this golden light. And slowly allowing the image to fade away. Allowing yourself to slowly blink the eyes open. And just staying in your comfortable seated position. Hands down on the knees. We'll just start to have some circular motions with the body. So bringing the shoulders over the right shoulder, out in front, over the left knee. Just circulating over the right knee, through the center and left. Just a few more times here, this direction. Next time you find yourself forward, just go ahead and switch directions, just those gentle circles. Two, three more times. Coming back up to a tall spine, taking a deep breath in, exhaling it out. And then setting your bolster or block off to the side and coming into our first child's pose today. So big toe mounds together, knees wide apart, bringing the hips all the way down towards the ankles and the feet, bringing the forehead down towards the mat. The mat is far away from the forehead. You can always place a block under the forehead. Reaching the arms forward and above towards the top of the mat. Allowing your body to settle downwards. Staying present with the breath still. Noticing each inhale and exhale as it passes. From here, bringing the hands towards the lower back. And then with the palms touching each other, seeing if you can interlace the fingers. If the mobility isn't there through the shoulders, you can always just have the arms spread out or even grab opposite forearms. If you have the fingers interlaced, from here, just with the chest, just hovering a little over the mat, a little over your knees, just starting to draw some circles. Just noticing the opening, expansion through the shoulders, through the heart space. Just circulating the hands, the shoulders around one more time this way. And then switching the direction. Might feel like a little different movement, just getting some expansion through the shoulders. Couple more times here, keeping the neck nice and long, looking downwards towards the mat. And then from here, unlacing the hands, coming to your tabletop pose. Finding some stability here in your tabletop with the wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then on an inhale, cow pose as you soften the belly, gaze rises, tailbone and shoulder comes up. And then exhale, curl the back, press the ground away. A few more times, cat-cow, following your inhale and exhale. Allowing your movements to be as long as your breath is on the inhale and exhale. Inhaling to shine the heart forward, open through the collarbones. Exhale to curl in, let the head be heavy, press everything away. 2 more breaths like this. And just as you're ready, coming back to tabletop pose here. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. As you find that belly button, pulling it in towards the spine. From here, right leg will come behind you, maybe lifting that leg off the mat. Keeping the hips nice and level here As you're ready, left arm will reach forward, opposite arm, opposite leg, sunbird pose. Reaching out for length, taking a couple more breaths here, making sure that you're pressing strongly through that right shoulder blade, pressing the ground, the mat away. Take another inhale, reach out for length, and then exhale as you start to bend the right knee in towards your hip, and then reach the left hand behind you. See here if you can maybe find your foot or your ankle, or maybe just reaching towards it. If you have your hand on your foot or your ankle, half bow pose. So kicking that right foot back into that left hand. Kicking so that you opening through the front of the shoulder, through the chest. Taking a couple more breaths here in your upward bow. Half bow. Take another breath in, and then exhale, sunbird pose, reach it all the way out. And then tabletop pose. Maybe shifting the hips side to side briefly. And then left leg comes behind you. Right arm reaches forward, sunbird pose, reach it out for length. Keeping the hips nice and level here. Couple more breaths in your sunbird. Bend that left knee back, reach the right hand behind. See if you can catch that foot. Half bow. Kick that left leg into that right hand. Open up through the front of the heart. Maybe gaze lifts slightly. Take a goodbye inhale there. Exhale, sunbird pose, reach it out. Hands come down to the mat, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Making that downward dog your own, bending one knee, straightening out the other. Finding some stillness in your downward dog, making sure that the fingers are spread wide apart. Pressing the heels down to the mat. On the inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog, noticing that you're keeping the hips nice and level, just like you did in sunbird pose. Take one more inhale there, and then exhale, right knee to the belly, as shoulders shift forward over the wrists. Taking another couple breaths there as you're curling in. Take another inhale there. Exhale, reach back, three-legged dog. And then set right foot next to the left, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards the belly. Making sure to cat out your back here slightly. So really a lot of protraction through the shoulders. Engagement through the belly. Thinking of catting out that back. Take another deep breath in there. Then three-legged dog, reach the left heel back. Downward facing dog again. Inhale to press the hips back. Exhale, walk the feet forward, top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands come to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, sweep the arms up, reach it up, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to heart center. Touching in again to that inner golden light. That inner goodness. Even taking a moment to set an intention for your practice or for your day. Deciding now what you want to bring forward into the rest of your day. Slowly blinking the eyes open if they're closed. Inhale, chair pose, bending the knees down. Deep bend through the knees here. Keeping the abdominals engaged, arms reaching up towards the sky. Take another deep inhale, maybe bend the knees a little more, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands come to the shins. Exhale, step back to plank. Lining your plank up here, just taking a couple breaths here in our first plank. You can always choose to come down onto the knees at any time in a plank, or if you have the toes tucked under and you're in a full plank, making sure that you're pressing those heels back as if you were pressing through a wall behind you. Catting out the back slightly, protract those shoulders. Take one more inhale, plank. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat. Wrists are in line with the bottom part of the rib cage. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the toe that's under, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the belly as we hover for a breath there. Inhale, reach the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot forward, top of the mat, runner's lunge. Right heel stacked underneath the right knee. If this pose is a challenge and the mat feels far away from your hands, you can always place blocks on either side here just to help you out here. On the inhale, crescent pose, reaching the arms up. Deep bend through that front right knee as you keep the right knee stacked over that right ankle. Pointing that right knee forward towards the mid part of the foot, second to third toe. You can always bend through that back left knee slightly. Take an inhale to reach up through the fingers, and then exhale, hands to heart center as the legs stay the same. Inhale, straight through the right knee, reach the arms up, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center, bend the right knee down again. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten through the knee, reach up, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale, straighten through the knee, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a couple breaths here. Take an inhale from here, reach the arms up back to crescent pose. And then we'll shift the weight forward towards that right leg. And we'll come right into a warrior 3 here. So our first official balancing pose. And with our warrior 3, quite a few options here. So our full warrior 3, we might have the arms reaching forward, the left leg drawn back, keeping the hips nice and level. The hands could come to heart center, or you could use those blocks again here. And you could have the blocks underneath your hands, underneath the shoulders. And this back leg could be coming up so it's parallel with you, or it could be coming down a little bit, maybe even touching the left toes to the mat. Wherever you're at, taking a couple more breaths in your warrior 3. Maybe coming into full expression of the pose. Take one more inhale there, and then exhale, bend the right knee, come back, crescent pose as you reach the arms up. Deep bend through that front right knee again. Take one more inhale there, and then exhale, vinyasa, as you bring the hands down to the mat, either side of the right foot. Step back to plank, lower it down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, left leg lifts up, three-legged dog, keeping those hips nice and level again. On the exhale, left knee comes into the belly, shoulders hover over the wrists, catting out the back slightly. Take another breath there. And then left heel comes back, three-legged dog. Take another inhale, reach back through that left heel. Then exhale, left foot forward, top of mat, runner's lunge. Aligning that left heel underneath the left knee. Press through the left foot, come up, crescent pose, reaching it up. Take an inhale to reach up through the fingers. And then exhale, hands to heart center. As you take a moment to really ground through the feet, make sure that left foot, all surfaces that can touch the mat, maybe even spreading out the toes. And that right foot, you're on the ball of the foot, making sure you find stability and balance. On an inhale, reach the arms up, circle, straighten through the front left knee. Exhale, hands back to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten through the knee, reach up, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale through the knee. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Taking a couple more breaths there. On the inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, you start to shift the weight forward towards that left foot and come up warrior 3. Remembering you have different options here. Hands can come to the heart. Hands can come out to the side like airplane wings. Or you can always have blocks underneath the hands here. Keeping the hips nice and level, maybe even checking into that low back, seeing if your hips are level and that the right hip is not lurching up to the sky, but it's just keeping nice and level here. Take another deep breath, come into your full warrior 3, and then bend through that left knee a little bit, come back to crescent, reaching arms up to the sky. Exhale, vinyasa, hands come down to the mat, step back to plank, lower it down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, presses the hips back. Exhale, walk, step or jump, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, bending the knees down. Deep bend. Knowing here your chair pose, anytime you come into it, you can keep your feet close together, so the big toes are touching, the heels are slightly apart. Or you could even try to make it a functional, as I like to call it, chair pose, where the feet are about hip distance apart. But no matter if your feet are close together or wide apart, the knees are bending, so they're pointing towards the second or third toe. Take another inhale, chair pose. Exhale, mountain pose, get out of there. Taking a couple more breaths here. So we'll move through that one more time here, flowing through this warm-up round. Take a moment to find that ease, that stillness. Finding that golden light in the center of the heart again. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands come to shins. Exhale, step back to plank, lower it all the way down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee comes to the belly, hover. Inhale, right heel lifts back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, runner's lunge, right foot forward. Inhale, crescent pose, reach the hands up. Hands come to heart center on the exhale. Inhale, straighten through the right knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. 2 more here. Inhale, straighten through the front knee. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to straighten and to lift. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, so you reach the arms up, crescent pose again. Exhale, as you shift the weight forward, coming into your warrior 3. Holding for a breath in, a breath out. On the next exhale, bend the right knee, crescent pose as you reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the belly. Inhale, left heel comes back. Exhale, runner's lunge, left foot top of the mat. Inhale, crescent pose as you lift. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, straighten through the left knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale to lift, straighten the knee. Exhale, down. 1 more time. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale to reach the arms up, crescent pose. Exhale to shift forward, warrior 3. Taking a deep breath in and out there. On the exhale, start to bend that left knee, right toes come back. Inhale, crescent pose, reach it up. Exhale, vinyasa, hands down to the mat, lower it down. Downward facing dog, taking a breath or two there. The next inhale, press those hips back. Exhale, walk, step, or fly, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees, chair pose. Exhale, mountain pose, hands to heart center. As we'll switch things up a little bit and find a few other standing poses here. So right foot is going to anchor down into your mat. Keep the right quadriceps nice and tight. And you'll find tree pose. So a few options. You can kickstand that left foot in so the left toes are still touching the ground. Or you can bring that left foot to the inside of the calf. Or you can even bring that left foot into the thigh. Finding your tree pose, bringing hands to heart center. Maybe even growing the tree if you'd like. Reaching up to find those tall branches. And knowing that as you find your balance here, whether you're able to find some balance or you're falling out of the pose and having to readjust again, knowing that balance is a practice, that it's not something that you find or stumble upon, but it's something that you can create for yourself. Take another inhale, tree pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. As the left knee comes forward, and then straighten out through the left knee, raise that left hip up, reach the arms up. Take another deep breath in, lift the leg a little higher, and then exhale, crescent pose. So left foot comes behind, left toes find the mat here. Reach the inhale up for full crescent. Then exhale, hands to heart center. The left foot now, you're gonna find it flat to the mat. So those left toes point at an angle off to the side. And then deep bend through that right knee as we find our warrior one. So the only difference between our crescent pose, we're on the back left toes, but warrior one, that back left foot is flat to the mat. So that outside edge of the foot is sealed with the mat. Take an inhale to reach up through the fingers. And then exhale, hands come behind you, interlace those hands here again, kind of like we started the practice. Remember, you can always reach for the opposite elbows if the hand interlace isn't possible. Take an inhale to spread through the chest. And then exhale, humble warrior as you bow forward. And your humble warrior, you can allow the right shoulder to hover over the right knee. Or you can start to bring the right knee inwards from that leg if you have the mobility there. Take a goodbye inhale, humble warrior. And then exhale, come back up, keeping the hands bound behind the back. And then from here, coming onto the left toes. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale, warrior three as you shift the weight forward. Maybe keeping the hands bound behind you. Keeping strong engagement through that right leg, right thigh. Engaged like a lamppost. That right foot rooting into the ground. On the inhale, warrior three as you reach the arms forward, keeping hips nice and level. Remember, you can always bring your hands down to blocks at any time. Take another inhale if you're here with me. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat, standing splits. Remember, in your standing splits, you can always bring hand down to the block, lifting the left leg up. You can always choose how much of a lift you want through this left leg. You can always lower it down, maybe even touch the toes to the mat if that's better for you today. Wherever you're at, take one more inhale, standing splits. Exhale, left foot next to right, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, sleep it up. Then exhale, forward fold, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa, step back to your plank, lower it down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog as you press those hips back. Take another inhale, press back a little more. Then exhale, walk the feet top of the mat between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute as you sleep it up. Exhale, hands to heart center again. So now tree pose, finding the left foot anchored into the mat. And then choosing your variation on this side. We can have different balance on our right and our left side sometimes. And so you can find that tripod variation, maybe the right foot to the inside of the calf, or the right foot to the inner part of the thigh. And whatever balance you have on this side, just giving yourself grace, compassion, knowing that just like we have a dominant side for our hands, that we have a dominant leg as well too. And so one leg might just be a little easeful for balance than the other, and that's okay. Rooting that left foot into the ground, keeping the quadriceps engaged. Maybe even growing your tree upwards. Finding a drishti focus point. Take another inhale there, and then exhale, maybe hands come to heart center. Hands can come to the hips this time as the right knee faces forward, and then straighten out that right knee. Right leg lifts up as high as you can take it. Bringing the arms upwards. Inhale to lift that right leg a little higher, and then exhale as you bring that right leg behind you. Right toes touch down, crescent pose here. Take a deep inhale, press and pose as you bring hands to heart center here again. Right foot eases down to the mat so that the right toes are pointing just a little off to the side, and that right edge of the foot is sealed with the mat. As we find warrior one, reaching the arms up. On the exhale, hands come behind you as you interlace the fingers. Inhale to reach open through the shoulders. And then exhale, humble warrior. Diving forward, letting that left shoulder maybe hover over that left knee, or maybe even taking it in a little bit. If the mobility exists through that hip to go further down, no, you can always choose to hover a little higher. Taking a last deep breath in there. Then exhale, back up, shoulders stacked over the hips. Come onto the ball of the right toes as you prepare. Inhale to open up through the shoulders. Exhale, you shift the weight forward towards that left leg. And then warrior three with those bound arms, finding your balance, finding your drishti point. Taking a couple more breaths here. Then as you're ready, reach the arms forward, warrior three, full expression. Wherever you're at, remembering you can always take the modifications, bringing hands down to the blocks, even right toes can be touching down on the mat. It's all up to you. Take another deep inhale there if you're with me. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat, standing splits as you lift that right leg a little bit higher. In our standing splits, you can always start to reach the hands towards that left ankle rather, or left foot. Taking another couple of breaths there as you maybe find a little more height through that right leg. Keeping that left leg nice and strong, left foot rooted into the ground. Take another deep inhale, lift the leg a little higher, and then exhale, forward fold, thank goodness. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog as you press those hips back. Allowing yourself to find some of that stillness and that ease in downward dog. Taking a few more breaths there. Then on the inhale, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Then exhale, right leg top of the mat. Finding our pigeon here. So the right ankle is gonna be towards the left wrist. Oftentimes I find that I'm most comfortable with that right ankle underneath that left hip and the left leg extended back behind. Take an inhale there to reach up through the shoulders, and then exhale as you bend the elbows down. Maybe making a shelf for the opposite hands there. And if this version of pigeon is not useful for you, there's also a version of pigeon on your back. And so if this isn't useful, you can always come onto your back with the right ankle on top of the left knee. So either variation, you're free to choose here. As you take a few breaths in your pigeon, allowing your breaths to slow and to soften. You can even start to bring the arms forward to reach palms to the ground. Just allowing yourself to ground down again. Noticing the sensation of mat and the floor underneath the body. Taking a couple last breaths here in your pigeon. And slowly using the hands to come up nice and tall again. And then from here, just shift onto the outside of your right hip as you bring that left leg forward. And we'll just find a little bit of a seated twist here, half Lord of the Fishes. So the right heel will be in front of the left hip with that right knee bent underneath. And the left ankle will come to the outside of that right knee, right thigh. If this is too much, you can always choose to straighten the bottom leg. It's always an option there too. You could even bring a block underneath your hips if you choose as well. On the inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale as you twist to the left. Hand comes behind the low back to keep a nice tall spine. As the right elbow just reaches to accentuate the twist slightly. And just taking a few more breaths here in your twist. Starting to notice if the mind, again, the tendency to drift away from the present moment. Just giving a few anchors for your mind. Noticing the breath in the body, the beating of your heart. Noticing the temperature of the room on your skin. Maybe deepening the twist by looking back behind you towards that left shoulder. Taking another deep breath in. And then exhale as you face back forward. Drawing feet wide apart. Just letting the knees go gently side to side for a moment. From here, sweeping the legs back. Find your downward dog last time. And then left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot forward. So that left ankle, left foot comes towards the right wrist as you reach the right leg behind you. Finding pigeon on this side. Remembering that the right and the left hip can feel really different one from the other, so you can always find the variation on your back as well too. Wherever you're at, inhaling to draw through the shoulders, and then exhale as you bend the elbows, and just softening the forehead down towards the hands, the mat, or a block. And then just in case you need help with that supine variation, you can bend the right knee, left ankle comes to the top of the right knee, pressing that left knee away. You can choose to bring the hands between the legs, drawing the right leg in. So whichever variation of pigeon, whether it's reclined pigeon like this, or pigeon laying on your front, just knowing you can choose what feels right for each side today. Wherever you find yourself, maybe just taking a few deeper breaths. Allowing yourself to find softness through the face. Allowing the jaw to unhinge. Two or so more breaths wherever you find yourself there. And then as you're ready, coming up nice and tall, if you're in that full pigeon, just bringing shoulders back up as you come onto the left hip, bring the right leg forward. That left heel ankle is going to be in front of the right hip as the right leg comes to the outside of the left knee and thigh. On an inhale, right arm drifts up. Exhale as you twist to your right, kickstand the hand behind your back as you find a tall spine. Bringing left elbow to outside of that right knee. Knowing you can always choose just to hug that knee towards you. Allowing your sit bones to be anchored down to the mat. Finding your pose. Coming into stillness. And just allowing the time to flow. Maybe turning a little bit more to turn the gaze towards the back of the mat, right shoulder. Taking just a couple more breaths here in your half Lord of the Fishes twist. On an exhale, rotating the chest back forward, reaching the legs side to side. Just windshield wiper the legs as the feet are wide to the outside borders of the mat. And then from here, we'll just simply recline onto our backs. If you have a block or bolster, you can always bring it so that you have it maybe underneath your knees. Sometimes that feels nice as you get onto your back. Once you're on your back, bringing knees into the chest, rocking gently side to side. Drawing the forehead up towards the knees, take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale as you relax your body down to the mat. As we come into this one other meditation, visualization activity for us today. So bringing one hand to heart center, maybe the right hand towards the chest, left hand on the belly. Just as we started our practice, noticing the beating of the heart, noticing the breath in our lungs. And then once again, picturing that golden light in the center of your chest and your heart. That golden light representing all that's best within you. The gifts and the light that you share with others every day, with your family, with your friends, with the world. And knowing that this golden light that exists in you exists in everyone else too. With this image of this golden light in your heart, noticing its glow, and starting to draw to mind a picture of a loved one, as if they were sitting right in front of you, family or friend. And as you picture this loved one, seeing and noticing this golden light shining inside their heart, picturing them as clearly as you can. Drawing the circle wider and envisioning others in your life, other friends and family, co-workers, schoolmates, roommates. And also inside each one of these, picturing that golden light glowing inside their heart. Still noticing the golden light in yourself and each one, your family, friends. And drawing the circle wider still, envisioning a picture of the planet, of all the billions of people, animals and beings. And envisioning this golden light inside each of them. knowing that we're all connected, that we all have the same needs and wants. Keeping this image, this golden light, for a few more moments. Allowing the image to slowly fade. And to find your Shavasana. Allowing your legs to spread wide, your arms to spread out to your sides. Allowing your body to find rest. Knowing that balance isn't something that we find, but something that we create. Allowing the eyes to close, the body to be heavy to your mat. Noticing the weight of the back of the head, the shoulders to ease down, the palms to face up. Allowing your body to integrate all the benefits of your practice, Shavasana. Allowing your breaths to deepen. To start to draw a gentle movement in your body again. Wiggling fingers and toes. And just taking into your day whatever it is that you were able to drop into today. Starting to bend the knees, bring them in towards your body as you rock gently side to side. Maybe easing onto your left side for a moment as you curl in. Slowly pressing yourself up and just finding a seated position towards the top of your mat. Bring hands to heart center as you arrive. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Bring hands to forehead for clarity of thought, to the lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and to the heart for consistency of action. Wishing you a beautiful rest of your Saturday and week. Namaste. was wonderful to practice with each of you today. If you have any questions, comments, or anything else, feel free to drop a comment below. And there's one more day left to our 14-day yoga and meditation series on Interdimension TV Facebook page. Tomorrow you'll practice with the beautiful Dana, and so tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST. Namaste.